guys, I thought I'd introduce myself to you. I'm going to teach some really basic beginner theory on guitars and practical issues. Starting with the tuning of a guitar. Please always tune the guitar from the high string up to the thicker strings. In that the thin strings have more tension in them, and as you adjust them, they can have more effect on the wood in the neck and the truss rod, a piece of metal that runs down the neck. It can actually affect the bow of the neck, which is another topic. But so start at the bottom. I'm sure you guys know how to tune a guitar like that. What I want to stress more is the alternative methods, and from a young age I've always enjoyed a guitar being as in tune as it can possibly be, as good as the instrument is in intonation, which I'll talk about in another video. So you start at the bottom, and please do it twice, because as I say, because of the tension in the thinner strings, which the pressure it puts on the neck, it can actually throw the guitar out. So tune the guitar twice is the first step. Second step, always tune your guitar with reference to several other methods. Okay, yes, you've got electronic tuners these days and internet-based tuners. Or you could be referencing to a 7 single of yours, or to the radio if you know the key the song's in. But always start at the high strings and move up and do it twice. But then once you've done that, if you want to be perfectionist, use the octave method. Skip a string 2 frets up. That's the octave of A at the 5th, A at the 7th on the D string. To the 4th and the 3rd strings, you need to move up 3 frets because of the way the guitar's tuned. You remember the G string is relevant to the D, and the B string is one lower, so you need to take that into account. So just bear that in mind. Now, did you notice there's very little oscillation? I have got some delay on as I'm playing to you, so you might hear a bit of oscillation or like a bouncy, wavy sound, but the 2 strings, the notes should sound very even to each other. If you hear oscillation which is very slow, it means the string you're trying to tune is too low. You need to tighten it. If the oscillation is fast in the string you're trying to tune, it means the string is tuned too high. Therefore, you reduce the tension on it. Your ear will pick it up after a while. Also, your fingers. If you've listened to, just almost if I say, listen to your fingers. If the guitar is not in tune, you will feel an oscillation through your fingertips. Just be aware of that. The next way, as I learned probably 48 years ago, is to use the artificial harmonics. Once again, you will hear an oscillation if those strings weren't in tune. Very good idea also to check whether your neck, the natural slight bow in the neck that's required, is actually in, which is referred to as the intonation of the guitar, which means that at the open string, open E must ring true at the 12th fret of the guitar. You would normally use the electronic tuner at this level if you wanted to set the intonation, which you do by adjusting the saddles here. But this is a subject of another lesson if you're interested. But so basically what you're trying to do is get the distance between this nut and the 12th fret, and between the 12th fret and the saddles need to be equidistant. From in other words, from there to there, and from there to the nut need to be equidistant, which means the intonation of the guitar for each specific string is in. These little saddles move backwards and forwards, thereby shortening or increasing the length of the string, which gives it more place to vibrate or makes it tighter. If it's too tight, then it's going to be too high. If it's too low, then the string has got too much length and you'll shorten it. But as I say, we'll speak about that another day. Now back to the tuning. So artificial harmonics are discovered at the 5th fret above the fret itself, the fret wire itself. So you put your finger lightly over the fret wire, and you'll hear the artificial harmonics ring out. You find them at the 5th fret of the guitar, at the A of the E string, that is, at the 7th fret. you'll find them at the 12th fret. You'll find them at the 17th fret. Those are the easiest ones, and so you will feel the oscillation. You will obviously hear it as your ear gets more attuned to the sound of what you need. So say if it's oscillating too fast, the note of the string is too high, relevant the string here's the E to the B. You hear very little oscillation other than that of what's caused by the delay effect. It's the same note, but if it was bouncing around too fast, that means the B string's too high. If it's too slow, the B string's too low. And feel it in your fingertips, as I say, and it will also give you a sign. And obviously electronic tuners are the way to go if you can afford one. When your intonation is out, you'll find that if you play the open C there, and then a high C here, a C there, you will it won't sound nice because they'll be out. And I'm sure you've been frustrated in the past if you hear that. So as I say, since a young age, I've enjoyed a guitar to be in tune as possible. The next topic I'd really like to start covering with you guys is to get to know the major scale really well. We'll start with the C scale up here on the 8th fret. In that, I'll do 2 notes per string essentially. Or I think there's 3 on some and so on. But we use the C scale because there's no sharps or flats. There's only alphabetical characters, being C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C. We then can do another octave going vertically down. So we start again, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So there you have it. There's the major scale. Get to know it. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now what's important, I want you guys to get to know at a very early stage. Write this down for yourself. The numbers. Assign numbers to each finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 or 8. Okay, so we start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, sharp 13, and that's as high as you go, and then back to 1, or 14 if you like, but okay, up to 13, sharp 13. When you get to know those numbers, you're going to be astounded what I'm going to show you, and as many other guys on the internet will show you how you can work with those numbers. You guys might have heard of modes where I'm going to start in G. I'm going to play the G major scale in 1 octave. Okay, that is referred to as the Ionian mode, in that I'm playing from root position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's your Ionian mode. What I talk about a mode is when we play that over a G chord. That's your G major scale. I now want to play the G major scale, but starting at the 2nd note of the major scale. So we know 1, 2. So I'm going to start on the A now, but my fingering will change. Now the 2nd mode of the major scale is known as the Dorian mode. So watch what happens now.